Welcome you all to the course on signals and system. In the previous lectures, we discussed about how to take Z transform for infinite causal and non-causal signal, as well as for finite sequence causal and non-causal signals. Now this video is lecture about we are going to take some more examples on signals, how to take Z transform for that, and how to find ROC, and how to plot pole 0 also. Okay. So here I have taken formulate the Z transform and prepare the pole 0 plot with ROC for x of n is equal to 1 by 2 whole power n u of n minus 1 by 3 whole power n u of n. Okay. Here I have given two different signals. One is nothing but 1 by 2 whole power n u of n. The other one is nothing but 1 by 3 whole power n u of n. Okay. Now we can find Z transform separately. Okay. Since my Z transform follows a linearity property, so I can able to find Z transform separately for both the signals. Then finally I can add it. Okay. Now first I will take x of n is equal to 1 by 2 whole power n u of n. So the Z transform of 1 by 2 whole power u of n, we can apply Z transform formula. So now this will become 1 by 2 Z inverse whole power n. Okay. Z inverse once again will be written as 1 by 2z whole power n for the limit n is equal to 0 to infinity. Now you can apply the Bernoulli series formula. So this is applicable only when a is lesser than 1. Here a represents 1 by 2z. Okay. So the formula says whenever the summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a power n, the formula will be written as 1 by 1 minus a. Here the a value is something but 1 by 2z. Okay. Now by simplification I am getting the Z transform of 1 by 2 whole power n u of n is nothing but z by z minus 1 by 2. Okay. So by while coming to the ROC of this 1 by 2 whole power n u of n is nothing but, so this is 1 by 2z is less than 1. So I have to find the values of z from this. Okay. So if I find z, then I am getting mod of z is greater than 1 by 2. Okay. This is for only the portion of your x of n. Okay. I will take the another part of your x of n, that is nothing but 1 by 3 whole power n u of n. Okay. Similarly, you can find z transform for this signal. Okay. So similar like the previous 1 by 2 whole power n u of n. So here the x of z is nothing but z divided by z minus 1 by 3. Okay. Provided that ROC should be greater than 1 by 3. Okay. So now I initially said your Z transform follows linearity property. I can sum of my final x of z. Okay. Previously my x of z is z by z minus 1 by 2. Now for my signal x of z is z by z minus 1 by 3. Okay. Now I can write it together. So I can do some simplifications. Finally I am getting x of z is equal to 1 by 6 z divided by z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 3. Okay. Now my x of z portion is over. Okay. So next one is I should define my ROC. To define by ROC, so we all know that, so for the first portion my ROC is mod of z is greater than 1 by 2. For the second one is mod of z is greater than 1 by 3. Okay. And I have told you about ROC in the previous lectures. So z is nothing but a circle. Okay. Concentric circle. So I have to draw two circles with the radius 1 by 2 with the radius 1 by 3. Okay. Both are greater than, mod of z is also greater than, mod of z is greater than 1 by 2, mod of z is greater than 1 by 3. Okay. Now I should take the common region. Okay. So I should take the common region between these two signals. Okay. Both are greater than 1 by 2, greater than 1 by 3. So the common region between these two signals is mod of z is greater than 1 by 2. Okay. So this is my ROC for the given x of n. Okay. So maybe in some cases they may ask you to locate the poles and zeros. Okay. To find poles and zeros of any h of z or x of z, we have to equate the numerator is equal to 0 to obtain the zeros. To get poles, we should equate your denominator is equal to 0. Okay. Now if I equate my numerator is equal to 0 for the obtained x of z, so x of z is 1 by 6 z is equal to 0, which is giving z is equal to 0. So my pole value z is equal to 0, so pole will be marked as a circle. Okay. Now coming to the so zeros will be marked as a circles. Okay. Coming to the poles, now I should take my denominator of x of z, okay, which is nothing but z minus 1 by 2 and z minus 1 by 3. If I equate it to 0, I may get z is equal to 1 by 2 and z is equal to 1 by 3. They are nothing but poles. Okay. Now sometimes they may ask you to find the stability of the system. Okay. So even though we are discussing about signals, so they may ask you to find the stability of the system with respect to the ROC. Okay. While plotting ROC, we have to check whether unit circle lying in the ROC. Okay. Now check our ROC. Where is my unit circle? So this is my unit circle. Whether my unit circle is lying at the ROC of the given x of n, yeah, obviously it is in the ROC. Okay. So if it is lying in the ROC, I can say that my system is stable system. Okay. If my ROC does not include unit circle, okay, if my ROC does not include unit circle, simply I can say that system is unstable. System is unstable. So to define stability, your ROC should include unit circle. Okay. So next another example. So how to evaluate the Z transform and find the ROC of x of n is equal to a to the power of modulus of n, provided that a should be lesser than 1. Okay. Now we'll discuss how to solve this. Now they given x of n is equal to a power mod n, and we know that mod n is double sided signals, so that can be written as a power n u of n plus a power minus n u of minus n minus 1. So already we have discussed how to find the Z transform for a power n u of n. Okay. So which is nothing but z by z minus a with ROC mod of z is greater than mod a. Now we will take a power minus n u of minus n minus 1, which is also z by z minus a with ROC lesser than 1 by a. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So here mod z is lesser than 1 by a. For the previous one is mod z is greater than a. Okay. So this is my final x of z. Now we'll see the ROC. Okay. Whenever they given double sided infinite sequence, okay, so my ROC will be a ring. My ROC will be a concentric ring, which means that between two circles. Okay. So the first one is mod of z is greater than mod a. The second one is mod of z is lesser than 1 by a. Okay. And clearly they mentioned in the problem a should be lesser than 1. A should be lesser than 1. For example, let us assume a is equal to 0.5. Let us assume a is equal to 0.5. If a is equal to 0.5, then 1 by 0.5 is nothing but 2. 1 by 0.5 is nothing but 2. So always a will be lesser, 1 by a will be greater values. Okay. So then I have to draw two circles. Okay. So one is nothing but greater than a, okay, which is smaller value, and 1 by a is greater value, so that will be the highest radius. Okay. Now the mod of z is greater than mod a, the other one is mod of z is lesser than 1 by a. So obviously my ROC lying between a to 1 by a. Okay. Let us assume a is equal to 0.5. So if a is equal to 0.5, then 1 by a is nothing but 2. Okay. So now the ROC is nothing but between 0.5 to 2. Between 0.5 to 2. Now check to find the stability, check whether my unit circle lying between this or in the ROC. Okay. So now since my signal is having concentric ring between 0.5 to 2, obviously which will include unit circle. So the system is stable system. Okay, and coming to the causality, obviously it's a double-sided signals, hence this cannot be a causal system, it's a non-causal. Okay, so here I have given some consolidated formulas for Z transform. Okay, so what is the Z transform of del of n? That is 1. Del of n minus 1 Z power minus m. This you may get in the upcoming lectures. That is, del of n minus m can be found by using properties of Z transform. That is shifting property. So you may get in the upcoming lectures. Then Z transform of u of n is Z by Z minus 1. Z transform of minus u of minus n minus 1 is Z by Z minus 1, but ROC may differ. Okay, then a power n u of n minus a power n u of minus n minus 1, then cos omega naught n u of n, sin omega naught n u of n, r power n cos omega naught u of n, r power n sin omega naught u of n. These formulas you can go through. So this is the corresponding Z transform for the given x of n. Okay, as well as the ROC also I mentioned. Okay. Okay, so here I have segregated in two categories. One is called as finite duration, other one is called as infinite durations. Okay, in the finite durations, if my signal is right sided signal, that is called as causal. Okay, then we clearly knows that the ROC is nothing but entire Z plane except Z is equal to 0. So this I have proved by using some examples in the previous lectures. And similarly, if I take the left side signal, that is called as anti-causal or non-causal, then my ROC will be except Z is equal to infinity. Okay, and if I take double-sided signals, okay, it's also non-causal. Okay, my ROC will be entire Z plane except Z is equal to 0 and Z is equal to infinity. Okay, so this is for finite durations. If I take infinite durations like a power n, e power some values, okay, so if it is causal signal, my ROC will be mod of Z is greater than mod a, which means that ROC is outside the circle with radius a. Okay, and for anti-causal, that is non-causal, so my ROC will be inside the circle with radius a. If it is a double-sided infinite durations, then it will be between a to b or between b to a, depends. Okay, that's a concentric ring. This are the common Z transform formulas. Okay, few formulas already I have discussed and few already given. Okay, some formulas, that is the 7th one, okay, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, these things you can prove by applying the properties of Z transforms. Okay, so the corresponding ROC also I have mentioned. This you can go through. So now for the practice sessions, now you can able to find the Z transform of x of n, that is 0.5 whole power of modulus of n. Okay, so that for that we can find the Z transform. It's a double-sided. Obviously my ROC will be a concentric ring. Okay, in the second problem, okay, in the second problem, so they given x of n, they given 1 by 4 and they given 3 by 4. Okay, both are u of n, both are causal signal, so the obviously ROC will be greater than 1 by 4, greater than 3 by 4. Okay, so if it is greater than 3 by 4 and greater than 1 by 4, the common region is greater than 3 by 4 till infinity. Okay, so this ROC is going to have that unit circle. So if they are asking the stability of the system, obviously system will be stable. Okay, and few more sums I have added. So x of n is equal to minus 1 whole power n u of n minus u of n minus 2. Okay, u of n is a unit step signal, u of n minus 2 is a shifted version of unit step signal by 2 times. So just first subtract that. If you do the subtract, so the signals are existing only for n is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1. Okay, Now we can take n is equal to 0, so that it will become minus 1 whole power 0. Then if I take n is equal to 1, it will become minus 1 whole power 1. Okay, which means that x of n is equal to 1 comma minus 1. Okay, it's a right sided causal signal, so you can find the corresponding x of z. Okay, then the last one is evaluate the z transform and find the ROC for the given x of n is equal to 1 by 4 whole power n u of n. So the answer will be z by z minus 0.25. Since it is u of n, my ROC will be mod of z greater than 0.25. If you have any queries regarding this video lectures, you can mail to me or you can contact at arunkumar@savitha.ac.in. Thank you.